Hey, what's up folks? Today we're going to discuss about the Git and the GitHub, and you are wondering that how it come to my mind. And basically this is the very one of the my long video in this channel, and you are wondering that why I'm putting out this video. It's not for you to be guys, to be honest, right? It's for me because I want to want to make a skill that how I represent myself. So it is one of the way which I can represent myself in a particular way. So this is, you can say, I'm training myself for that stuff, right? And you can say it's a journey to be a kind of a daily recording yourself, and you want to assess yourself that how you are making out. So leaving that point aside, but today we're going to discuss a very beautiful topic, that is the Git and the GitHub, why it is required. So in this video basically we're going to discuss about the Git actually, and what's the difference about the GitHub. All right, today why you need a Git. Right, when you enter in the coding world, first time you go into college, first time you write a hello world, and first time you watch any video, somewhere in there you're going to watch Git kind of a thing, right? And you wonder what is Git and why I'm gonna need the Git. So let's understand the Git, what the need for the Git, right? And what exactly Git does, and what is the Git actually, right? So Git is, try to understand this analogy, very simple analogy, right? Do you have Android phone? Do you have any phone, right? In your phone you have the file manager to manage the files, right? If you want to create a folder, you want to do anything with your with your storage or anything, you gonna require the file manager, right? From which you can do all this kind of things, right? Similarly, in the coding world we need Git. For what? For our code. In the file manager we need these things for managing our file, but in the coding world we need this thing for the coding stuff. We need to manage, we want to collaborate, we want to check who wrote this code, we want to check what this code look like previously, you want to check what I add on this particular day. For that you need Git. Git is very much similar to your file manager. File manager we use for the managing the files. In the similar fashion, Git is just for your code stuff, right? If you want to manage your code very beautifully and very logging way, you want to assess your code, right? When somebody changed, when did you have changed the code, and when did you updated your code. For that stuff you need the Git. I hope you got this analogy. What is the Git? Git is similar to your file manager, right? Just like you manage your file stuff with the file manager, we use Git to manage our code, right, with the Git. Now you're gonna ask me, what is the GitHub? Let's understand this as well. You heard about the Google Drive, right? You heard about that. What do you do with the Google Drive? Is there any link file manager with your Google Drive? Nothing. There is no linkage. But yep, with Google Drive you can upload your file into the cloud, right? So that you can share that file with other people, right? And you don't have to store that file locally in your system, right? You don't have to send your file individually to the person, right? You can just upload it into the Google Drive and share the link among your friends or among you want to say you want to share. Similarly, GitHub is just like that, just like Google Drive. Just like for the files, we have the Google Drive to put it in the cloud, put it somewhere, right, safely. Similarly, we have the GitHub to put our code in the cloud, right, where other people can collaborate, where other people can share code, right? If you want, if your code is public, they can see, they can collaborate, right? And your code is safe, right? Even if your system somehow got what you can say, cracked or whatever mishappens to your system, still your code is safe and secure. You can look back, right? It's kind of, it will store your whole journey of stuff if you put it out in your GitHub. So you got the analogy between file manager, Git, and also about Google Drive and the GitHub. I hope this understand very beautifully what is Git and the GitHub, right? And with the help, Git is a tool with the help of which you can manage your code, right? Similar to the file manager stuff. And you can put this code into the cloud, just like we have the Google Drive, we have the GitHub. Like you can say, you can ask me one more question. Like for storing the file thing, we have the lots of tools as well, right? We just don't have the Google Drive. We can use other stuff, right? Like OneDrive and other similar tools, right? Absolutely. We don't have just GitHub. We have the other tools where you can put up your code, right? So we have the Git bucket and other tools where you can put up your code. It's not just GitHub. GitHub is widely used among the developers. So you by default you use just like the Google Drive. So you got this idea what is Git and GitHub, and from this video we're going to discuss about we're going to continue this series further on. In the next video we're going to talk about we're going to make an installation video, how to install and how to start this approach. As a beginner, we need to understand what is Git and GitHub, right? And from that mindset I'm going to teach you what exactly it is. I'm going to give you a very beautiful analogy and all that stuff. Just stay with this series, just stay with this video, and you will eventually going to learn what is Git and the GitHub. And also, once you are done with the fundamental stuff, we're gonna go deep dive how actually Git and Git how actually Git works, right? Internals of how they manage the file, right? It will going to be a very beautiful journey and very beautiful technical stuff as well. So stay with me. We're going to definitely going to reach that video or to that playlist. With that said, goodbye and peace.